The political party, the foundational organizing unit of our nation's political system, but do you know how it works and how it is changed? Well, it turns out it is a pretty complicated system. For better or worse, it is a slow changing body that can be confusing to navigate and often can be confrontational when it comes to new energy. For this video, we're going to focus on the Democratic Party as it is the one I know better. We're also going to focus on the Colorado state level while sharing a little bit about the national level elements to this. I am not an expert necessarily on this. I have been learning little by little through activism and volunteering and have seen how this part can play into the larger picture. At the highest level is the National Committee. These groups have foundational documents that explain how they work, and every few years the members shift slightly. The National Committee is a group of around 448 people from each state and territory. It can be hard to get that body together sometimes, so even a smaller team is picked by that 448 to help operate things between meetings. The National Committee will be having leadership elections this week, February 1st, and the voting 448 people are a mix of state party representatives. The National Committee has subcommittees that get votes, past politicians, and current elected officials. This model is important because it's the same model states and counties often use. Colorado has a state central committee and a state executive committee that central committee helps pick. And then down from there are county districts that similarly get representatives and people vote at the county level for a county central committee that then picks the county executive committee. Congressional districts and each House and Senate district also itself has an elected body. So all the way down to the precinct, which depends on the area, but is portioned likely the nearest 1 to 8,000 people that live near you. This year is a reorganization or reorg year where some of those seats are voted on. In the next month, Colorado is having county and district orgs, followed by reorgs at the state level. Okay, so who are the voters for these positions, you might ask? Well, for Colorado, we decided these seats last year during a caucus process, an event that happens during the primary to see who has support. And precinct organizers get voted on by all registered Democrats at that event for that area. POs then are those people's voice at those higher levels, giving vote theoretically all the way up to the national party. So yes, when you trace it, we have a path to a party made up by leaders and people from each state and territory in that party. However, there can be some issues in the process, and seeing as I was inspired to make this video from hearing from people that they were confused or did not know how it worked, as well as some of the struggles we have seen the parties reflect and deal with as reasons for this video. Hello, thanks for tuning into our video. Here with Community Driven, we aim to make entertaining and educational content that helps the system work better for all of us. If you are enjoying or getting value out of this video, consider giving it a like, our channel subscribe, or checking out our Patreon, where you can take a peek at announcements and tools early, both free and paid options available. Now back to the video. Okay, so you are still here. So I believe you want the tea, the looking deeper into how this system works. And after some maybe criticisms, we're gonna wrap up with things that you can do to help out. So when the party picks new officers at reorgs, this is a different year than electing the people who have votes on a lot of these officers. And this can be good for stopping a sudden rush of interest to be able to change the whole structure. Separation of process, local barriers, and lack of education on system structures can lead to uncertainty, frustration, and apathy. Precinct organizers in Colorado are also picked during the primary season. During a primary, the race can be contentious and the results can upset the precinct organizer. Additionally, people sometimes run for PO not knowing the full role as described. I will say though that you can run for a number of county positions without being a PO. So here in Douglas County, we have 4 House districts and 2 Senate districts. Our county has 5+ officer seats, and each of those districts have 3+. We also get to pick and elect over a dozen bonus members to represent us at the State Central and Executive Committee, also the congressional districts. You do not need to be a precinct organizer to run for those seats. Sometimes they go unfilled or you have to make a speech on why you should have it. This happens at the reorg as you make a case to precinct organizers. Those are seats at the table, and if we take a zoomed out approach, in a year, many of those county leaders and bonus members are going to make decisions on where the party goes. The other piece of criticism is that a bit of the national committee level and also at our state level, the power of elected officials is pretty immense. Bonus member seats may go unfulfilled, and some may be held for long times by people who have social capital in the structure. In purple areas, this will often get challenged by impact in elections, but in solid blue or red areas, leaders can lose touch with needs of both everyday people and those from marginalized backgrounds, and can lead to lack of voice within the party. I like the idea of an independent voter, and there is ways to, outside a party structure, influence change, build community, and have impact. However, when also on the table is finding allies in and picking leaders for those larger political entities, in the US, it can be a choice to consider. But do so being wary that some people may gatekeep information, enjoy holding positions of power, have toxic conflict styles, and do little outreach on purpose. I hope this information was helpful and potentially makes you consider getting more involved. Time and organizing will tell who becomes leaders of these different levels of the different parties, but your voice and interest can make an impact. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be creating more poli-sci, activism, impact content here soon. I am looking at making content here in February around social media platforms and algorithm growth and curation, as well as testifying on policy and more. Let me know if you would like a deeper dive into the party's backgrounds, going into the history and where the party started, and how we got to where we are here in 2025. If there's interest there, I can make a video exploring and helping share that. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more content on our channel and on our social media platforms. We have some exciting things cooked up for this year. I need like a screen right there.